In case you've been living under a rock,
AEW
is on fire right now.
A few weeks ago, I made a video about why I stopped watching WWE, and the response was a bit surreal to say the least. Hundreds of you flooded the comments saying you felt the exact same way, so it was nice feeling validated like that. On the other hand, I got multiple comments suggesting watching AEW instead, and honestly, that's exactly what I've been doing. So today, I want to talk about how I went from a casual viewer to a full-on fan. This is how AEW made me care about wrestling again. Okay, let's get started. Number 1. The matches. Like I mentioned in my previous video, high quality wrestling matches is what I care about the most. The lack of wrestling in WWE was really getting to me, whether it was super short, predictable, or boring matches. It just wasn't fulfilling my wrestling needs anymore. But AEW changed that. The matches feel like they're giving enough time to shine, and I love that a lot of them are fast paced, hard hitting, and it was really entertaining seeing a lot of moves and spots that I haven't seen before for the first time. Their motto is for the best wrestle, and I completely agree. Something else I appreciate is a wide variety of styles such as lucha libre, strong style, or technical, among others. Not to mention the champions actually wrestle and defend their titles quite often. It's also really refreshing seeing all types of talent being featured, even if they don't match your stereotypical wrestler's look from the 90s. Another big highlight for me is the different types of matches they feature throughout the year. For example, I love the violent multi-men or women matches such as Blood and Guts, which is similar to WWE's War Games, and Anarchy in the Arena or Stadium Stampede, which is another multi-men no DQ match where they fight all over the venue. They also feature tournaments like the Continental Classic and the Owen Hart Cup, which are super fun to keep track of and always culminate in a big title match. Last year's Owen Hart Cup final was one of my favorite matches of all time, so I'm really excited for the cup to start soon at Double or Nothing. And talking about favorite AEW matches, it's hard to make a list at the moment because there's so many to list. I've been watching previous pay-per-views for free on HBO Max that I didn't originally watch when they first happened, and I keep finding a lot of hidden gems. I should definitely start making my list soon though, but let me know in the comments your favorite AEW match and if you have any recommendation. Number 2. They listened to the fans. Feeling like my opinion as a fan mattered, even if it was a little bit, was a breath of fresh air. I think AEW's biggest PR move has been done for free by WWE going against what a lot of vocal fans want. And Tony Khan has been smart enough to do the opposite, or at least try. He said that the fans are a huge major influence for him personally and on AEW, and that he really believes in listening to them. I've seen people getting rewarded and pushed because the fans resonate with them, as well as stories completely scrapped because the fans weren't getting behind them. And I'm convinced either Tony Khan or someone directly working for him spends a good amount of time on Twitter listening to criticism and fan complaints. Because one time during a Mina Shirakawa match, she came out to a new theme song and the fans were complaining that they wanted her old theme song back. And lo and behold, after she won the match, when the music played, her theme song was back to the original one. And they haven't changed it back ever since. It's the little things like that that go a long way. Which reminds me of someone else who could learn a lesson or two about this. Number 3. Affordable prices and you get your money's worth. Tony Khan said that he wanted to keep prices affordable to make sure that families and friends could go to the shows. Until this day, he's sticking to his word. You can usually find tickets for AEW shows for around $30 depending on the venue, and for pay-per-views, you can find seats as cheap as $40 as well. And talking about pay-per-views, they're hands down one of my favorite things about AEW. You really get your money's worth with 4 to 5 hours of great wrestling. I know that it may sound like a lot, but I personally love it and I've never felt like it's too much even with the pre-shows. There's no ads in between the matches, by the way, and if you want to save some money, you can if you have a VPN to get a better deal. This year I went to Revolution and my ticket was less than $100 and I had a really good view in the lower level of the arena. Same with other shows I've been to, I paid $40 for what felt like blur tickets and got to boo Wheeler Yuta from super close distance. So if you ever have a chance, I really recommend going to one of their shows or pay-per-views. Even if you just buy the cheapest ticket, you will have a lot of fun with it and it will be worth it, trust me. Number 4. Less scripted, less corporate, more raw. I love that it feels less scripted, and because of that, it actually feels unpredictable. Like anything can happen. And 2026 has been a great example of this. Even though I hate to admit it, more than once I've gone full Mark mode, getting a bit upset over match results and title changes that I wasn't expecting at all. And while matches don't always go the way I want, the storylines almost always have a good payoff, which earn my trust in their booking. There's so many great wrestlers in AEW right now that are involved in the upper card storylines that I truly have no idea where things are going, and that has me super excited. Something important to me is that it feels less corporate overall, and I like how wrestlers can be more creative by having more control over their characters, both in-ring and in promos. You have wrestlers like Jon Moxley, Adam Copeland, Christian, Swerve Strickland, and Tony Storm, just to name a few, who are good examples of wrestlers who, in their own words, felt less limited once they came to AEW. You can feel how much the wrestlers care, and they're just not there to collect a paycheck. They actually love pro wrestling, and you can sense it by the work they put out in the ring and how they talk about AEW in interviews. It's been really nice seeing some wrestlers elevate their careers after they were given the opportunity to shine with some creative freedom just to show what they're capable of. A great example of this is Tommaso Ciampa. I realized the current WWE era was too sanitized, polished, and overproduced for my taste, so it was a breath of fresh air seeing a more realistic, less PG promos, which helps some wrestlers feel more relatable instead of a bigger than life superstar. Number 5. I got invested in the characters and storylines. I think because of all the points I've mentioned so far, I find myself really caring about the characters and storylines in AEW. The unpredictability, the quality of wrestling, and stories that have good long-term booking won me over. I realized I didn't really connect with a lot of the wrestlers in WWE or where their storylines would end up, but a rivalry like Hangman vs. Swerve with the incredible matches and character development that progressed over a year and a half, which culminated in Swerve helping Hangman win the world title at All In, was a story that I was extremely invested in. Another example is Tony Storm and Mariah May's feud that led into the epic Hollywood ending, which I was super lucky to witness in person. I've been so invested in some stories like I haven't been before. Like currently, I'm really interested in the story between Will Ospreay and the Dead Riders, and it's been fun seeing how it develops week by week, and I'm really looking forward to see how this will affect the road going into All In and the rest of the year. And I'm not the only one who gets deeply invested in the stories and matches. AEW live shows feel super energetic, engaging, and fun thanks to the crowd. It's always funny whenever I open social media to see people trying to diss AEW by bringing up attendance, ratings, and so on. But for me, what really matters is the product, and it delivered what WWE was missing. And while I know it's okay to watch both promotions, which I did for years, I just didn't enjoy WWE enough anymore to dedicate my time watching their shows or spend my hard-earned money on it anymore. Like I've said before, I'm a believer of investing in a quality product that makes you happy rather than companies that just want a quick cash grab without putting any effort into their product. And before I get called a shill or a grifter like some people did on my last video, I want to acknowledge AEW is not perfect by any means, and just like every other promotion, it has its issues, which I will talk about on a separate video. But AEW made wrestling fun for me again, and I feel like a little kid waiting to watch the weekly shows as well as the pay-per-views. So if you watch AEW, drop the reason in the comments of what won you over. On a side note, I just wanted to let you guys know that channel memberships are now available if you want to support the channel and get some extra content and exclusive perks. Also, I just want to say thank you for helping me grow this new community, and if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it, and if you didn't, do it anyways. Until next time, see ya.